If y'all would please stand, I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular session of the Angelina County Commissioners Court. It is 10 a.m. Tuesday, August 13th, and we are calling this meeting to order. And I'm pleased to have the opening prayer by Reverend M.H. Schubert, United Pentecostal Church, lead us in the prayer. And he's also an accomplished master gardener and a great beekeeper. So. Please, sir.
Gracious Lord, we come to you with hearts today that are so thankful and honored just to be a part of your family. Asking your guidance upon everything that's said and done today, every step that's taken, let it be led by you, anointed by you, and blessed by you for your glory. Bless each one who has a part in this meeting and every meeting. We ask for your guiding hand, Lord, because you know the future and we don't. So would you guide us in the way that we ought to go, need to go, and the way you want us to go. We give you all the honor, all the praise, and all the glory. We ask it in the beautiful name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Everybody turn their mics on if not. And if you would, please follow Commissioner Cheshire as we pledge allegiance to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And follow Commissioner Harrison as we pledge allegiance to the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Be seated. We are now at the public forum. If there's any forms that have signed, does anyone want to come forward and speak on any of the items on the agenda? If so, come forward and state your name. Okay, if not, let's move on to item number 5, discussion action on minutes for the July 23rd, 2019 Commissioner Court. Gentlemen?
Motion to approve minutes is read.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 6, discussion action on minutes for July 24th, 2019, August 1st, 2019, 2 special section budget workshops, Commissioners Court. Gentlemen?
Motion approved.
Okay, we have a motion.
Who
and
done it?
You did?
Okay.
Motion approved. Second.
Good deal.
By Commissioner Pitts.
All right.
Any further question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, item number 7. The Angelina County Commissioners Court will now open a public hearing in reference to the Angelina County Clerk's annual update for preservation and restoration of the archives. The plan is designed to comply specifically with the requirements and the intent of Texas Local Government Code Section 118.025.
This is a fee that I had explained in the budget workshop a couple of weeks ago. It's a fee that must be paid at the time a person presents a public document to the county clerk for recording or filing. The funds generated from the collection of a fee under this section may be expended only for the preservation and restoration of the county clerk's records archive. And before collecting the fee under this section, the county clerk shall prepare an annual written plan for funding the preservation and restoration of the county clerk's records archive. Funds from the records archive account may be expended only as provided by the plan. You should have a copy of the plan. This is for the 2020 archival plan. And if you'll see, I have all the records that were imaged and indexed in 2016. And then there was a contract approved, a 5-year contract with Cofile Technologies. And that was approved in 2017. So that's the plan for 2020 is to proceed with that contract and have them image and index the real property records back to sovereignty. And this is a $10 fee.
We're gonna increase it from 5 to 10.
No,
No.
it's been 10 since 2013.
Gotcha, yes,
Yeah.
I see that now.
This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to come forward and address the public about us continuing with this plan, please come forward and state your name.
Michael Parker, citizen, and I'm all in favor for this because it's a direct responsibility we have to keep those records taken care of and in good shape, so I'm in favor of this plan.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Anyone else? If not, at this time, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. It is 10:06, and move on to item number 9. Discuss and consider for approval of the Angelina County Clerk's Plan of Texas Local Government Code 118.025 for the preservation and restoration of the county clerk's archives. Gentlemen?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. All right. Item number 10. Discussion action on the imposition of optional fee for the year 2020 from the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. I presented this information to the judge a few weeks ago because this optional fee plan has to be adopted in Commissioner's Court, and they have to get it emailed to the state by the end of this month. And so I presented the documents to Sally and to Judge Limberry, so just waiting for your approval, and actually I can email it or you can, whatever you decide.
Hey, gentlemen, everybody should have a copy of that in their file.
This is not an additional fee, it's the $10 that we already collect, correct?
That's correct. It's just if you, you have to state it in court and approve it every single year.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Okay?
All right. Item number 11, discussion action on the interlocal agreement between Angelina County and the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles for provision of equipment and consumables. And please explain this.
Texas DMV used to be part of TxDOT. They were a division within TxDOT, and several years ago, the legislature split them out, told Texas DMV to go out on their own and earn their own money and support themselves. So they just went through their first sunset review in the legislature this year and are approved to continue working. So for the first time, as Texas DMV, they are requiring a contract between the counties, and it's in regards to the provision of equipment and consumables. And they're just putting into writing what we're already practicing, which is taking extremely good care of their equipment, and we don't move it, we don't modify it, we don't do anything. If a keyboard or a mouse goes out, we contact them. And they just are putting it in writing for the first time since they came into being.
That's why we haven't seen it before.
That's exactly why you haven't seen it before, and I
Okay.
don't know how often it'll be renewed, but doesn't matter, I'll be here and present it to you.
Any questions for the tax collector?
So this, we just need to do you already have the contract and all that? I mean.
The contract's probably there in your
Here in
hands.
this packet, I didn't.
Well, if not in the packet, then Mr. Limberry just had
Okay.
it for us.
Okay. So we just need a motion to approve
Motion
And
approved.
judge
correct?
to sign.
and judge sign it.
Correct.
How's that? So there's my motion.
All right.
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 12, discussion action on a requested extension of time in connection with the radio tower construction agreement for Tower Specialists Incorporated. Counselor?
Morning, Judge.
Morning.
Commissioners. Gentlemen, if you may recall, I believe in December of last year, the court approved a contract with Tower Specialist, Inc. to construct 2 radio towers here in Angelina County. And that was one here in Lufkin behind the Sheriff's Department and one in Zavala. The construction on those 2 towers is ongoing. However, the original contract, the time limit on it expires today, in fact. And so, for today's purposes, we're here to consider a proposed extension of time on that contract. The company has requested an extension until December the 1st of this year, and we've prepared a proposed change order, which can be signed by the court this morning if the court is in agreement, and that would allow them an additional approximately 100 days to complete construction of the 2 contracts. I would recommend that the court grant the extension. We have visited with the owner of the company and also Constable Selman, who's sort of the on-the-scene job superintendent for this project, says the project's going well and they're working hard. The delays have been essentially due to the extensive rainy conditions that went on during the spring and early summer. And so there was a significant delay, and they're getting started with parts of the contracts and the construction project. So in any event, that's the issue for today, whether to grant them the additional time. It appears that would allow them sufficient time to complete the project. It's going as planned, other than the delay in time. And so I'd recommend that the court consider granting that extension of time. Be glad to answer any questions.
Sure.
Precinct 1 and Bobby and them down at Precinct 4, we've done a lot of work in these projects. Yes, it's been terrible wet, and I know what he's been going through. As far as this spot over here behind the Sheriff's Department, it's we went and cleared that property for him, you know, and it got wet. I mean, we didn't build a road to try to get in there, you know. So I would recommend that, on my part, that we do give them this extension, let them go and get this project done, and hopefully we can have us some tires here between now and December 1.
You bet. Is that in the form of a motion?
That's in the form of a motion. How's that?
All right.
You need to say something, Bobby?
No, I'm just, he's not the only person that's had to deal with inclement weather for the
I
past
understand. Well, I have to, yeah, no
24
doubt.
months, so
Yeah,
this
so-
is basically very much of a strong
All right.
common
Right.
sense idea.
There you go.
Gentlemen, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion?
No, sir.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, item number 13, discussion action on approval on new service agreement with Encore Electric Delivery Company LLC, a Delaware limited liability company for electric service to new tower site at 200 County Barn Lane off State Highway 63 outside of Sabala, Texas. Gentlemen?
This is not going to affect anything that we do at Precinct 4, so I would encourage the court to approve it.
With the judge's signature, please.
Oh, well, I didn't make any motion, but we'll make a motion to adopt amendment authorizing the judge to sign.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second for approval of the new service agreement in Sabala for the tower site. Any further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, item 14, discussion action on approval of easement and right-of-way with Encore Electric Delivery Company LLC, a Delaware limited liability company for tower site at 200 County Barn Road off State Highway 63 outside of Sabala. These are all separate items. There's a lot of reading, but this is at the same location, of
Right.
course. All right?
I move to approve
Second.
with the signature of the judge.
Right.
Okay.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All
Yes, sir.
right. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, let's see here. Item 15, discussion action on approval of a new service agreement with Encore Electric Delivery Company LLC, a Delaware limited liability company for electric service, and authorized payment of $7,064.94 for the new tire site at 2311 East Lufkin Avenue behind the Angelina County Jail in Lufkin, Texas.
Judge, is that money coming out of that fund?
Out of the fund that we had set aside
Yeah,
for the tower.
yeah, okay.
Correct, yes, sir.
Move to approve.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, item number 16. Discussion action on approval of an easement and right-of-way with Encore Electric Delivery Company LLC for the tire site at 2311 East Lufkin Avenue behind the Angelina County Jail, Lufkin, Texas. Gentlemen,
Move to approve.
all right.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 17, discussion action on establishing electrical service with the county's retail electric provider, REP, retail electric provider, and authorized county judge to sign and add 2 additional sites to our current list of locations that we have power to. First one is number 1, 200 County Barn Road off State Highway 63 outside of Savala, and the next one is 2311 East Lufkin Avenue behind Angelina County Jail, Lufkin, Texas. Gentlemen?
Motion to approve, authorizing the judge to sign.
All right.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second authorizing the judge to sign. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Electricity.
All right. Item number 18. Discussion action on proposed earnest money contracts allowing the county judge to sign between Angelina County and the following. First one is Martin Terry and Brenda Terry providing for the sale of 2.48 acres of land, more or less, located on Oaquin Road in the Thomas Strahan Survey, abstract number 563, Angelina County, Texas. That's in precinct 1. Property number 2 is with James Bailey Jr., providing for the sale of 1.58 acres of land, more or less, located on Floyd Drive in the J.T. Williams Survey, abstract number 671 in Angelina County. Item number 3, or property number 3, is with Ryan Keith Moore, providing for the sale of Lot 79, Block 1 of Briar Village subdivision in Angelina County, Texas. For everybody's information, these are 3 pieces of property that the county has had for a number of years. We're just selling them. They're not of any use to the county. We're trying to get them back on the tax rolls. And that's why we're selling these pieces of property. Gentlemen?
It's my understanding we did a little better than what we thought we was gonna do on them.
Oh, quite a bit better.
Okay, that's good.
Quite a bit better, you bet.
Anything to help. All right. Motion to approve. You need to sign this, Judge?
Yes.
A motion to approve with the judge's signature.
All right.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve with the judge's signature. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. All right, item number 19, discussion action on a request from Road and Bridge 1 to draw $120,000 out of the contingency fund to help relieve the burden of replacing culverts this year due to unforeseen circumstances. This will be placed in hardtop roads, account number 031-131-4803. Commissioner?
I just want to say, we've replaced, the numbers, I can't even remember now, there's so dadgum many of them, but a lot of these 8-foot by 50-foot culverts, they're, between 8,500 and 11,500 is what they cost. And then a bunch of these tin horns, 6 and 8-foot tin horns. One of them was 8-foot tin horn, it was 55 foot long. It was a special job to get it here and get it in the hole, so. And we spent a lot, and matter of fact, I got a trailer full of them sitting over here right now to put in, on 2 more roads. And, I will say, we spent a lot of money on culverts this year, but these school buses, if they start running, and when they start hitting these big culverts like that, they swallow themselves. I do not want to get no babies hurt, so I just say fix our roads and be done with it, so.
Motion to approve.
That's the reason I'm asking.
All right, we do have a motion and a second to approve. Any other discussion? I would like to mention one thing, guys. This is a contingency fund. It's completely legal, I understand it, but we've got $200,000 to handle unforeseen emergencies during the year. And to take $120,000 out of the contingency fund is a dangerous trend. I just want to mention it to the court to be aware of it. All right, any further discussion?
We may need to
All in favor?
increase our contingency fund in this budget, next budget.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry, Commissioner,
No, that's
I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. I said we may need to consider increasing our contingency fund in this next budget.
Good point.
Yes.
Good point.
Yes.
All right. Any further discussion? We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 20, discussion action on budget transfer from Road and Bridge. Number 1, transfer from carryover, $30,000. Transfer 2, culverts and R&M equipment, $10,000 and $20,000 each.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, John. All right. Item number 21, discussion action on a request from Precinct 4 for authorization to purchase a 2019 John Deere 311 SL backhoe from Doggett Machinery through the Buy Board Purchasing Cooperative to be financed through the lease purchase program at First National Bank, Wichita Falls, in the amount of $113,750, and authorize Commissioner Bobby Cheshire and County Judge to sign lease agreement. Gentlemen?
This is a 2019 John Deere 310 SL, not a 311 backhoe. We just recently paid off one that we had financed, and Precinct 4 runs two barns, and so we're going to lease purchase a second one to upgrade the equipment at the barn there by the airport on 21 Elite, and I was going to ask the court for permission. This is through the Buy Board. The invoice is attached if you want to look at it. I don't need the judge's authorization to signature to purchase this. I just need it myself, and that way I'll handle all the paperwork. And the amortization schedule is also on the attachment as well, if you need to look at that. We are budgeted for it. In this budget process, I've allocated funds for it for 2020 and the coming years through 2022.
Hey, motion to approve?
Second.
Thank you.
All right. About the signatures.
Oh, I'm sorry. Motion to approve with, y'all's signature.
I just need my signature.
Okay.
I don't need the judge's.
All right?
That was his motion to approve without the judge's signature.
No.
Need clarification. Always before, when we're purchasing, am I incorrect in stating that the judge has always signed any lease agreements?
In the history, basically the court, has the authority to authorize anybody to sign, and I'm just requesting the court to authorize me to sign instead of me and the judge to sign. The signatures are basically formality, and in all actuality, the treasurer is the person who would be responsible because she carries the money.
Okay, well, when you make your motion, Commissioner Harrison, if you're gonna make make it very clear that the county judge is not signing on this one.
Okay, you mean to start over?
I guess so.
Make a motion to approve with, Cheshire, Commissioner Cheshire's signature, and I guess the judge is not signing this one, so, how's that?
I guess so.
Thank you.
Second.
All right. Any more discussion?
No, sir.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 22, discussion action on budget transfer for Road and Bridge number 4. More equipment lease transfer from equipment lease 298605 and carryover from 5,000 over to culverts 798605. Gentlemen.
The 798605 is the amount that we're transferring. In the lease equipment, the $2,968 is finances that we have left over from interest that we saved from doing a refinance and new purchase. So I'm gonna transfer that to culverts because quite frankly, we're having the same problem as Precinct 1. Just not as extensive, and we're transferring 5,000 from carryover to culverts as well, which brings that up to this almost $8,000. I do anticipate we'll probably revisit this matter again before the year's over with,
yeah.
but currently this is what I'm requesting for.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. Item number 23, discussion action on budget transfer for the county extension, transfer from lease equipment, 500 into additional training for personnel, 500. Gentlemen?
Motion to approve.
All right. We have a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 24, discussion action on a proposed change order extending the completion date of the following construction contract between Angelina County and Crockett Construction, executed on April 15, 2019, and providing the construction of sections J1 and K1 liner at the Angelina County Waste Managers Center.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I received a letter from Crockett Construction on July 5th asking for a 33-day extension for unforeseen subgrade conditions and abnormal weather conditions, and everybody knows we've had a wet spring.
Oh, yeah.
They're asking for the 33-day extension, would have put it pretty close to around, updated schedule was October the 7th. And it's under my recommendation is to grant Crockett Construction a 33-day extension for the unforeseen weather conditions and abnormal wet weather.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Chuck. Motion passes. All right, item number 25, discussion action on a request from county landfill to advertise for bids for the construction of a new leachate contaminated water pond. Sir?
Well, they're kind of backward, but anyway, I'm going out for bids for the new leachate contaminated water pond that we finally got approved to go at the end of, what's way down at the end past J and K. But yeah, we need to get that started so we can possibly get it finished by the end of the year.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 26, discussion action on a request by the county landfill to advertise for bids for decommissioning and removal of the existing leachate contaminated water pond.
This is getting rid of the pond
That's there now.
that's there now
Yes.
at the end of, be where J2 and K2 projects are gonna go next year.
Right.
We just have to get it out of the way this year so we can start those and finish the actual sales that we're currently working on now.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion?
Hey, I got one quick.
Sure,
That's the
come
one
on.
that's off the The back hill back there?
Do what now?
That's the one that's sitting back there?
The cattail pond,
Yeah, okay,
that's gotta go away, cause that's actually where J2 will be, and part of K2.
okay. I just making sure I was,
Yeah, that's
knew what I
got
was
to go.
talking about.
Which it was built in 2000, it was supposed to last till 2010, we're in 20, I mean,
Yeah,
it's lasted way longer than what the life, we paid for it.
yeah, that's good. Okay,
Or it paid for itself.
That's
Thank
some
you, sir.
good management, Chuck, thank you.
very good.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. All right, let's see here.
Executive session.
All right, now we're entering in. It is 10:30, and in accordance with section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code, the Angelina County Commissioners Court will enter into a closed meeting for the following purpose: consultation with an attorney. When the government body seeks advice of attorney about pending or contemplated litigation. If you would, please excuse us for a while, and we will enter back in after we finish our closed section. Thank you.